Packing light for airsoft. Do you know what's the most painful thing in airsoft? No, it's not people who overshoot. It's all the logistics and preparation for a game day. You spend 3 hours on Friday night, check everything, and do your last minute repair just to arrive to the field and finding out you forgot your safety glasses and magazines. Today, I will show you how to pack light and compact to minimize the risk of forgetting something and to make the transportation to and from the field less painful. There are two basic things to keep in mind when packing light for airsoft: size and weight. This goes for everything: guns, clothes, gear, face protection, and so on. In an ideal scenario, all you need for an airsoft game should fit on you and in a regular backpack. That's it. Let's start with the replica you are using because it has the greatest impact on both size and weight of your gear. Generally speaking, there are two possible ways to achieve a more transport-friendly replica: ditching a primary rifle entirely or getting a smaller one that is better suited for transport. It may sound a bit counterintuitive, but you'll be surprised that it actually doesn't come at much of a cost at all. Since most AEGs aren't really compact, going with a pistol-only setup is the best choice possible. For example, the SSR4 can do the job with about 75 centimeters or 30 inches of length. In most cases, the same result can also be achieved with a pistol. Let's take the SSP5 as an example. It's one of the most accurate pistols out there because it can hop heavy 0.46 BBs out of the box, which is much better than most other AEGs on the field. And it's roughly 3.5 times shorter. Long story short, if you get a good enough pistol, you don't really need a rifle for airsoft and you can save a lot of space in your bag. Moreover, ditching an electric rifle means you don't have to deal with charging batteries or storing them accordingly after the game. But I get it. Pistol only is not for everyone, and I myself own several rifles. Now, how long should the optimal rifle be? You don't want your favorite replica to be too long to carry around or just too short and underpowered for an airsoft game. Let me answer this for you. Our development team has done a lot of research, and the sweet spot when it comes to the barrel length is around 300 millimeters or 12 inches, assuming you have a decent quality barrel. If you go any longer than that, you are not getting much extra. You are only making your rifle longer, heavier, and less backpackable. As one girl on TikTok said, from a certain length, size doesn't make much of a difference anymore. In airsoft, that length is 300 millimeters or 12 inches. That's why if you are still building your setup, this would be our greatest recommendation. Get a replica that has a barrel length around 300 millimeters, just like the brand new Novridge SSR9. The regular version is right there at the sweet spot, and the DSG version features an insane rate of fire of around 35 BBs per second out of the box. Check them out. But let's say you already have one at home. Well, there are still a few tips worth checking out. If you own an M4 style replica, you can make it backpack compatible in two ways. First and easiest is to split the upper and the lower receiver. It's rather fast and cuts the length in half, allowing you to fit it in a backpack. Second option is getting a short conversion kit like the one for the SSR4, but there are other on the market as well. It's a great and cheap option to make the rifle lighter and more compact. When it comes to the rest of your gear, we have to mention the main rule: don't take anything unnecessary. Too many BBs are a great example of this rule. A bag of them weighs about 1 kilo or roughly 2 pounds. Unless you are running an LMG, which you are probably not on a compact setup, an average player won't use more than a half bag of BBs throughout one game day. Yet some people carry around 2 or 3 of them. Moreover, you can usually buy them at the spot or borrow them from a friend just in case you happen to be a bit more trigger happy on that day. Another example is bringing a backup pistol to your main replica. You might say, pistols are small, no reason not to take one. But in a lightweight setup, that's just not true. Not only does the pistol adds up to 1 kilo to the bag, but most importantly, you do need extra magazines and pouches to make it useful enough. For that reason, you may consider avoiding backup guns on lightweight loadouts altogether. Just make sure that your main replica is within the CQB limit and you are good to go. Let's talk gear and uniforms. It might not come as a surprise, but you could have all your clothes on you when traveling already, depending on what you will be wearing, of course. Needless to say, you shouldn't travel in a full ghillie suit or camo because it will draw unnecessary attention, or you might even get into trouble with the police. One solution is to put it in a bag, obviously, and dress in your normal clothes for the travel. But for context, an average uniform set weighs around 1.2 kilos or 2.7 pounds. If you want to eliminate this, just go for the contractor look with an EDC pants and a t-shirt or or a hoodie. No change of clothes necessary for the game. And if you are worried about the lack of camouflage, just know that in Airsoft, the distances are not like in real conflicts. Camouflage helps a bit, but especially in CQB, the effect of it is negligible and you save up space in your gear bag. Jeans and a flannel shirt are popular PMC looks that you can easily recreate with your everyday clothes you probably have already anyway. Just remember to bring at least one knee pad, a pair of gloves, and a good pair of shoes. Speaking of protection, it is clear that helmets and full masks are not the best idea for compact and lightweight setups. But what are the options? My personal favorite is simply ESS glasses and a mouth guard and maybe a cap. However, if you feel like you need more protection, throw in a mesh mask balaclava and it will do the trick. Last but not least, forget about plate carrier. First, you don't really need it for Airsoft, even though it does look cool. The main purpose of such carriers is to carry ballistic plates that can save you in real fight. However, we are playing Airsoft, so these are mostly for the show. Second, with just one replica, you need to carry only a little anyway. For AEGs, 2 magazines and 2 pouches should do. For pistols, 4 or 5 should be sufficient. Add 1 admin pouch and you can still comfortably fit on a compact platform such as the battle belt or just a simple chest rig. Just follow the military acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Or keep it stupid, simple, or whichever version you prefer. As an addition, consider bringing a water bottle that you can refill on the spot so you won't get dehydrated and ruin your whole game simply because you forgot to drink enough. If you follow all this advice, a regular 20-liter backpack should be all you need. And if you have your own tips for compact gear prep, share them in the comments. See you in the next one.